Hey everyone, Shebam here and welcome back to episode number 2 of our Impact Universe mode and our last episode before we hit our first pay-per-view Unbreakable this weekend. Of course, that massive main event, AJ Styles, Samoa Joe and Christopher Daniels. Tonight, a chance to build some momentum. And here we go then, kicking things off with a chance for Christopher Daniels to build up some momentum. Of course, like I said earlier on, he's in that main event at Unbreakable, fighting for the Impact Championship alongside AJ Styles and Samoa Joe in a redo of one of the most famous matches in Impact history. So great chance for him here. Now, Jay Lethal also be looking to build some momentum. Of course, he is a very strong member of this roster, but also an incredibly strong member of the Ring of Honor roster as well. I feel like Lethal will probably get himself into the main event in this show. I don't think he ever was really main event, was he, in Impact? But I think now moving back to Impact as part of this Universe mode, I feel like Jay Lethal will definitely be someone we will see go for the main championship at some point, which would be pretty cool. Nice Samoan drop there by Christopher Daniels as... What's that? Oh, okay. Here's Samoa Joe. Obviously looking to get a bit more in-depth. Oh, he's the straight... What is Joe? What is he even doing? Oh, the big slam, and the referee's got no choice but to switch this match off, and Samoa Joe just attacking Christopher Daniels, and this match has been... Okay, I can see a slight problem. It looks like Samoa Joe is looking to take things by force, maybe. Well, unfortunately for Christopher Daniels, he wins this match, I suppose. If you look at it that way, he's getting some momentum, but it's not really a good chance for him to showcase what he can do, and it's very disappointing for Jay Lethal as well. But okay, let's move on to our next match. And here we go then, a match that I am very much looking forward to. John Morrison, or John Hennigan, or Johnny Mundo, or Johnny Impact, or Johnny Nitro, whatever we're going to call him here today. He is towing one-on-one here with AJ Styles. I said earlier on, or a few days ago, this is a match that I really want to see, and now it's Joe again. Joe, man, you're ruining me show. Samoa Joe obviously trying to send a message to his opponents for Sunday, but he's just destroyed 2 matches here tonight. AJ Styles wins the match, of course, and see, John Morrison's not happy, but... Oh, Joe! Right. Okay. I think it's time to Teddy Long the hell out of this. Yep, here we go, and I've Teddy Long the hell out of this. We're going to have a 6-man tag team match, brother. That was a terrible impression, I do apologise. So it seems to me the only way to stop Samoa Joe interfering in matches is just to put Samoa Joe in a match. So what we've done is we've put Samoa Joe alongside both Jay Lethal and John Morrison, who do want a chance to show what they can do as well. I mean, they've not been given a great opportunity thanks to Joe, and I'm sure it's not a great scenario for Joe to be in, thinking about it, because he's got the 2 people he's attacked in Christopher Daniels and AJ Styles on his rival team. But at the same time, he's got 2 people that he interfered in their matches as well, in Jay Lethal and John Morrison on his team. So he'll have to keep one eye over his shoulder at his teammates, not just his opponents. Of course, making up the team on the other side, we brought in Kazarian, of course, who is part of SCU alongside Christopher Daniels. I just thought it was a good idea. Of course, Kazarian will also be involved in our Unbreakable pay-per-view this weekend, as he will be one of the 8 men fighting to become our first X Division champion. So pretty interesting, actually. Should be a good match, and like I said, it's the only thing we can do to stop Samoa Joe interfering in matches is just to put him straight in one. It seems to be the case. Of course, Joe looks like he's in a great vein of form at the moment because he's got the Impact Championship match this weekend. Next weekend, I believe he's part of the Ring of Honor Championship match. He qualified last week, beating CM Punk. So Joe's got a chance of becoming both the Impact and Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Champions within the space of a couple of weeks, as there's a pin here by AJ Styles and John Morrison. Owner for a 1 count. As Joe creeps in, Saito suplex there on Christopher Daniels. This Jay Lethal core is pretty good as well, isn't it? I quite like it. And like I was saying earlier on before Joe kept interrupting me, I would like to see Jay Lethal as part of the main event picture here on Impact. I mean, Impact has a very strong main event picture. Of course, we've got Bobby Roode back. Bobby Lashley's back. We've got, obviously, Samoa Joe, AJ Styles, Christopher Daniels. We've got EC3. We've got Eric Young back as well. You've got Jay Lethal. You've got Brian Cage. You've got Michael Elgin. You've got some fantastic names that are all going to be fighting. Obviously, John Morrison. You've got Pentagon. You've got Phoenix. You've got some massive names that will be fighting to get themselves into the championship picture. Nice. Joe just completely flattening AJ Styles once again with that running drop kick. And now all of a sudden, it's the team of Joe, Morrison and Lethal who are in control. Kazarian fighting back though, catching Lethal, taking him down and dropping the knee right across Lethal's knee. As Joe just comes creeping straight in and just attacking anybody who'll take a punch at this point in time. But now SCU and AJ Styles are in control. That lasted long, didn't it? Of course, it was last episode we saw AJ Styles teaming with Samoa Joe to take on Kazarian and Daniels. And it was Kazarian who pinned, I think it was AJ Styles, wasn't it, last week? So this is quite interesting as well. I mean, if Kazarian was to get another pin here, then maybe Kazarian would be someone I have to think of as a potential champion. Would definitely seem that way, wouldn't it? As Daniels there with the atomic drop on Joe on the outside, as it's now 2-on-1 on the inside of the ring there between Lethal, Morrison and AJ Styles, but in comes Kazarian to try and equal up the numbers, but Lethal catches him straight away into that front chancery. Lethal taking Kazarian down as Morrison dominating AJ Styles, and Morrison just dumping AJ to the ground outside. Lethal, nice forearm now into a backbreaker on Kazarian. I was tempted to put Lethal in the X Division Championship match, to be honest, but I thought might be a little bit, I don't know if it's a little bit beneath him. I want to raise the quality of the X Division Championship, so maybe it would be a good thing to have him in there. I mean, we do have Kazarian in there, Roderick Strong's in there as well, so we do have some big names. As Samoa Joe taking Christopher Daniels up here. Buckle bomb. Wow. And Joe now stalking Christopher Daniels. And he locks in that Coquina clutch, middle of the ring. If he does this at Unbreakable this weekend, we could have no. Daniels able to break free straight away. Wow. But yeah, if Joe does lock in that Coquina clutch this weekend at Unbreakable, he could be walking out as the Impact champion. As Christopher Daniels now, big leg drop on Samoa Joe. There's the pin. As Kazarian's wearing a very thick crimson mask here. Kazarian now looking for the kill switch on Lethal. Could Kazarian be looking at another pinfall here? Oh, nice elbow to the back of the head of Lethal. Kazarian once again stalking. Into a stunner. Kazarian drops into the pin. 1, 2. Oh, and Lethal kicked out. I really thought Kazarian was going to walk away champion there. Not champion, what winner? I was thinking in my head it would be interesting if obviously Daniels won the Impact Championship, Kazarian won the X Division Championship. That would be really impressive for them, and maybe we can get them in the Tag Team Championship picture as well. They can try and dominate all of Impact. As Joe comes back in the ring. But Daniels just using his speed to catch him. And what's this? It's a nice. It's a spinning powerbomb by Lethal, who's now heading up to the top. Although Morrison's just moved his target out the way. And Lethal, I don't know what he was trying for there. It looked like he was going for a coast-to-coast and just completely missed it. As Morrison now... Oh! Here we go. There's a little bit of... Oh, what a kick that was. Of course, the team of Lethal, Morrison and Joe are not a normal team. And we're seeing that there as Lethal took it upon himself to catch Morrison there. Wow, okay, that could be an interesting little sideline. Maybe that's a match we can add to Unbreakable this weekend. A Lethal versus Morrison one-on-one, because obviously as a team, they don't seem to be working too well. They're a little bit of one-upmanship is affecting them, really. As AJ Styles, there's a phenomenal forearm on Samoa Joe. There's the pin. 1, 2... But John Morrison was there to break it up, as now Kazarian with electric chair drop. AJ Styles dropping John Morrison face first. Daniels is up on the top rope, and Daniels looking for the BME, I think. BME's not actually on the game, so it might actually be. There's the pin. AJ, phenomenal forearm of Morrison, and Christopher Daniels steals it. There we go. Christopher Daniels gets the victory, pinning Samoa Joe as well, which is a very interesting little side note. That's going to give him great momentum moving forward. And you see, there's a good friendship there between Christopher Daniels and AJ Styles. They both know each other very well. They've worked together for a very, very long time. And of course, they might be shaking hands and high-fiving now, but it'll be a very different story this Sunday at Unbreakable. But I do feel like we should add that match to the Unbreakable card as well. John Morrison versus Jay Lethal. We saw a bit of angst there, both arguing over both arguing over Kazarian it was, wasn't it, in the corner, and eventually Jay Lethal attacking John Morrison. So I feel like that's a match that will definitely happen at Unbreakable this weekend as well. So at Unbreakable, we'll have a fatal 4-way tag team match for the Impact Tag Team Championships. We've got an 8-way Elimination X Division Championship match. We will have Mundo or Morrison versus Jay Lethal. Of course, the triple threat between AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, and Christopher Daniels. And then something else, which I've got penciled in, and I'm not 100% sure whether I'm going to do it or not. I might put something else in its place, but it will be special either way. Anyway, guys, hope you have enjoyed it. Of course, if you have, please do hit a like, and of course, subscribe if you want to see some more. I do apologize a little bit later than scheduled this video, but we had a slight technical hitch. But hopefully everything should be back on track for tomorrow's AEW episode. I've been Shabby Gamer, thank you much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.